Willie D live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, wants U.S. taxpayers to give him $230 million. Why would he want us to give him $230 million? Because the DOJ investigated him. Yeah, see, they wrongly investigated him, so he wants $330 million. Check him out.
Going to be the Justice Department, are you asking them to pay you compensation for the federal investigations that happened to you? And how much are you asking
well,
for?
I guess they probably owe me a lot of money for that. Probably, yeah, that's true. That's very interesting. No, I get no salary. I gave up my salary. It's a good salary. Not as much as these guys make, but that's okay. It's a lot of money. And I don't, as you know, I didn't take it in the first 4 years. I'm not taking it in these 4 years either. But as far as all of the litigation and everything that's been involved, yeah, they probably owe me a lot of money. But if I get money from our country, I'll do something nice with it, like give it to charity or give it to the White House while we restore the White House. And we're doing a great job in the White House. As you know, the ballroom is under construction. It's going to be, they've been trying to get it for 150 years. And it's really, I think it's going to be fantastic. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we have numerous cases having to do with the fraud of the election, the 2020 election, and because of everything that we found out, I guess they owe me a lot of money, but I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for really, I think it's got to be handled in a proper way. If it's not handled in a proper way, we don't want it to happen again.
President Trump there in the White House taking questions from reporters, and we wanted to dip in here because you might have heard him be asked about a piece of New York Times reporting that is out in just the last couple of hours. A piece of reporting we should note very clearly here that NBC News has not confirmed, suggesting that the president wants the DOJ, the Justice Department, to pay him something like $230 million in compensation for the federal investigations against him, with the New York Times citing multiple people familiar with the matter. We should note here that a White House spokesperson referred questions to the DOJ. The Department of Justice has no comment on the status of the claims. I want to bring back in here Monica Alba, if we can, because, Monica, you heard the president. I believe he was asked about that once in the beginning of what we call a spray, or this impromptu Q&A, and then once again as we were live on the air there. And he didn't seem to definitively confirm it. He didn't knock it down. He suggested maybe that money would be used for charity. Help us understand some of this. And again, I want to be super careful. NBC has not confirmed this Times reporting, to my knowledge, at least.
That's right, Hallie. Now, the president, interestingly, did sort of make some broad comments about this at an event last week, kind of bringing it up, saying that it was curious as something maybe he could do and something that obviously then senior Department of Justice officials would have to sign off on. And we are talking about, again, what the New York Times is reporting, potentially millions of dollars. And the president just now in this event said if he was to be paid out those millions of dollars, again, potentially that he would give it away. He would, quote, do something nice with it, potentially give it to charity. So we don't know exactly what the mechanism would be to pursue this if he does indeed do that. But this does seem to be something that's been on his mind, perhaps something he's been discussing even with top aides who we see frequently coming in and out of the White House from the Department of Justice. But he said also, interestingly and relatedly to some other major headlines from the White House today, Hallie, that we could use it to, quote, restore the White House, and we're doing a great job with the White House. But he said ultimately you'd have to ask the lawyers about that. Hallie.
Monica Alba, live from there outside the White House, following all of those moving pieces. We should note the president's wrapped it up. He has finished taking questions. We obviously have been listening in. We'll keep you posted if anything changes in the next little bit.
All right, fam, by show of hands, give me a thumbs up if you believe Donald Trump will use the $230 million he's going to sue the DOJ for to improve the lives of Americans. He's going to give the money back to the taxpayers. Or do you believe he's going to stuff his pockets? Give me a thumbs up if you believe he's going to give the money back to taxpayers. This is just a symbolic gesture. He just wants to make a point that he was done wrong and he needs justice. Give me a thumbs up if you believe he'll give the money back. Thumbs down if you say, hell nah, man, he gonna stuff that pocket, man. This is a shakedown. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. He absolutely is going to stuff his pockets. There ain't no way. Donald Trump does not give money back. He takes. He does not give. He takes. $230 million. And fam, you know he's going to get it because the two main people that has to signed off on it, Pam Bundy and the other dude, they're Trump appointees. So what do you think is going to happen? They're absolutely going to sign off. What's $230 million? And did you see how the people that were standing around Trump during the press conference was just giggling and stuff? And he's talking about shaking the American people down for $230 million. And they're just, ha, 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 ha. Can you imagine if Obama had done something like that? Hell, it don't even have to be Obama. What if Biden would have tried something like that? Or Bush? Anybody? Bam. Say, man. I'm going to tell you something, though. I got somewhere to go. I got somewhere to go. I feel sorry for those of us who don't have anywhere to go, who can't just get up and go to another country. I'm telling you, I got somewhere to go. This ain't it. This ain't it. America is on a slippery slope, fam. America's on a slippery slope. And I know I said I got somewhere to go, but it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. I'm not excited to just get up and leave so many people behind. But fam, if the ship is sinking, do you go down with the ship or do you try to save yourself? It's bad, man. It's bad. I can take as many as I can, as many as I can, or as many as want to go, because everybody don't want to. As many that want to go, but everybody don't want to go. A lot of people are here and they're stuck and they don't want to go anywhere. They think this is the best it gets. This dude, every single thing that he does, every time he makes a move, he gets a little bit more power. He's consolidating power. So now we're at a stage right now. I haven't even had a discussion with any of you, but I know that most of you are thinking like I'm thinking, like it ain't even shocking anymore. And most of you are thinking like he's gonna get that 230 million. Do you know how absurd that would have been? Just 12 years ago, 16 years ago, 20 years ago, that a president who was under investigation or a former president who was under investigation for doing illegal stuff could turn around and sue the Department of Justice for not a couple $1 million or whatever, but $230 million and get every penny of it, which he's gonna get. Every penny of it. Because you know he's going to get it because he put the people in place that's going to sign off on it. He put the people in place that's going to sign off on it. And anybody got any objections, take it to the high court. Hell, he put like 3 or 4 of them in place. I think he put 2 or 3 of them in place. The deck is stacked. Fam, when Trump is done, it might take America 100 years to recover. It might take 100 years. This is bad, man. This is really bad. He talked about that ballroom. He's not going to use his money. If he gets $230 million, Trump going to look at that like, that's my money. I went through that. I went through them going all through my house and dragging me into the courtrooms and stuff. I went through that. That's my money. He's not going to give that money to charity. And he's not going to give that money to go build a ballroom. The hell, a ballroom? I heard that ballroom costs like, what did they say that ballroom cost? $200 million for a ballroom. But this is the same country, or this is the same administration who came up with something called the Department of, what did they say? DOGE, Doge, the Department of, what's it called? Let's see. Now I got to look it up. Doge, Department of Doge, Government Efficiency. So this is Department of Government Efficiency building a $200 million ballroom. And they still got people out there that's hanging on to every word he says. Absolutely amazing. Fam, buckle up. This ride is going to get a lot more bumpier. And even when you listen to the reporters, that reporter said, I want to be super careful. They want to be super careful in delivering the news. They're not even delivering opinion anymore. Now they used to just try to ride the line and, they would overall just deliver the news, and then they'd always have somebody that come on and deliver opinion. They scared to death, man. He got them scared to death. You can't, and I didn't trust any of the major news sources to begin with, but I damn sure don't trust them now. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.